All right. Can you hear me? Is everything working on here? You can reply to me in the chat. I need to see that all of the chat stuff is working, and I'll probably need to make some adjustments to the chat on my side anyways. Just doing it on YouTube because there's no way to unlist not announce it in Twitch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there is no way for me to do tests on Twitch because it has to be public for some reason, which doesn't really make any sense. But yeah. So wait, the quality is still low? What is the quality coming through as? I was about to say I'm seeing 1080p as an option. So because that's what it was always at for the top, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure back in the day I had it at 1080. In fact, the way I've got it rigged up now, it should actually, I think my old stream was 1080 30, but it should be streaming 1080 60 now. So like it should be visually a little bit smoother than it used to be, which is an improvement. That is something that I was wanting to do back when, but I wasn't sure I had the bandwidth and the system specs to get it done, but now I definitely do, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, so it should be a bit smoother. Had a lag spike just now. Give me a sec. Okay. Just you. Okay, gotcha. That is better. So, relation to game sounds, we need to do some just audio tests to make sure everything is going through correctly there. And then I need to scale the chat so that the chat isn't looking squished. I got to fix that. We'll run through each of the different stream layers as well.
Glorious sunshine. So, where shall we go for a walk?
And we'll kind of go from there. All right, let me make an adjustment to the chat box because the chat box is definitely looking weird. Anyways, yeah, let me know in relation to the game sounds if I'm quiet or if I'm loud or anything like that too. And we'll go from there because we're going to use this as an opportunity to test out all of that. Echoes or anything like that, although as far as I can tell, there should be no echoes because I completely squelch system sounds. And this is in advance of me possibly being able to just like play Genshin soundtrack music over the back instead of the game music. So we'll see. I'm noticing that my my color for the camera is looking weird for some reason, and I don't know why. I wonder why it's doing that. It's super blue. There it goes. I don't know what that was all about. Like, for some reason, it went really blue.
So this is a day
like, it usually should only look like that if my light is off. Like, I can turn the light off, and it'll look closer to that. But with the light on, it should not do that. It should just be normal. I don't know.
A blade embraces its duty. As a
okay, good. So sound balance sounds good. Yeah, I don't know why the light changed. That was super weird. I'm not really sure what was causing that. All right, let me see about adjusting this chat box. No, that just made it bigger. I don't need to make it bigger. I need to stretch it out so it doesn't look squished.
Could be as leisurely as this a little more often.
That looks a bit better.
How greedy of me.
There we go. Probably gonna go through and change the chat font and stuff, or set it up to something that looks better. We'll see. It was darker rather than blue, but whatever. Okay, well, either way, to me it looked blue, but yeah, whatever. All right, yeah, I need to change some stuff here with the chat theme. Let's see what we can figure out. All right, give me some general just chat tests and stuff, and we'll see how that looks. That looks really squished again for some reason. Got a rough delay, so yeah.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler.
What? It might just be the actual natural delay between response and everything. I might
A
be able to
blade
reduce it in
embraces
the
its
settings.
duty.
I'll go through
As
that,
a
but
jeweler
I think I have to
cherishes
do
their
that off
gems.
the stream. I mean, you don't have to do that because I can actually do what is it? This. And test donations. So like all of that stuff, my interface has the ability to test all of that stuff. So I know all that stuff is working. So traditionally I've used this boxed chat box separator where like everybody's chat comes up in the box.
A blade embraces its duty. As a jeweler cherishes their gems.
I don't know if I should keep it that way or if I should get rid of the boxes. Give me some more tests.
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
Okay, let me move this whole window over here so I can just test it over here. I can put that window over there. That'll make my life easier. Can I lower the sub button t-shirt notification sound?
As a jeweler cherishes their gems.
In theory, yes, but I have attempted to adjust the volume on those specific features many times, and for some reason they never work. I don't know why. I can try it again. Yeah, I have adjusted the volume on those many times, and for some reason they don't stick. I don't know why. Some weird Streamlabs garbage. So all of the chat stuff that you just... Okay, it all just threw in all at once. All right, let's see. But it does look squished again, and I don't know why. Now, what I can do is... I feel like the whole chat needs to be stretched out. Not just the text, but maybe also the box underneath it. I think might be better if I do it that way. Let's see if I do it. Does that seem too big? I feel like maybe this is too big of a chat box. I don't know. Does that chat box seem too big? You tell me.
Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities.
And I think it's actually pushing off the top now, so I can probably shrink it from the top down, because I don't think it goes past that anyways.
As a jeweler cherishes
from the bottom a little. There we go. Actually, that makes it seem a bit more normal, at least. After I squished it down, it doesn't seem so awkwardly tall or high. Nope, undo that. But no,
so this is a day in the life of the traveler.
There we go. That seems...
I'm learning more about you all the
by
time.
a third. Let's see.
A blade embraces its duty.
All right.
As a
We'll
jeweler
try like
cherishes
that.
their gems.
Regarding the positioning of the chat, do you think that it's hard possibly to that looks better. It isn't covering the character. Okay, yeah. That's what I definitely didn't want it to do. Like the whole character like list up top, I didn't really want it to mess with that.
I only wish life could be as leisurely
now,
as this
I feel like
often.
my old setup, I had it on the left side. Although it is pushing chat off of the top of the window again for some reason. I can probably adjust that by just doing this. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Now, I did used to have the chat set up over here. Do you think it's better over here or over on the right like I had it just a moment ago?
Embraces its duty. As a
now, I feel like
it.
I kind of think I like it better on the left, if I'm honest with you. I think it balances things a little bit better because it's not on top of the UI elements anymore. God, the colors are doing weird things again. That is super weird. How about you don't?
So this is a day in the life of the traveler.
Notice whenever I put my hand up and then put it down, it does some
time.
weird shit, but yeah. Yeah, I do. I think I am partial to having it on the left as well. So yeah, I do think I'm gonna leave it on the left. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with the color for some reason. It shouldn't be doing that. Let me see if I can. Last time I moved it around and it came back, but it doesn't seem to want to do that. That's real weird. And I imagine it has something to do with the Elgato hub here doing something weird in its settings. And I'm trying to see if I can figure out over there what might be causing that. It might be the automatic white balance.
A blade embraces its
Yeah,
duty,
I think it is.
as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
It's like, because I can turn off automatic white balance and it comes back. Or I can adjust the white balance on my own to just live in this space, which is probably what I want to do. Automatic white balance kind of seems annoying anyways. I think this is better. Yeah, I'm gonna save it like this and get rid of that. Cool. All right, so that should fix that color problem. All right, yeah, it's covering most of it. The UI is covered then like this.
A blade embraces its duty,
both since
as a jeweler
been here
cherishes
since
their
you started
gems.
Yeah, for real. So like I mentioned earlier, I have had the I've had the chat on and off between. I've mostly had it on that boxed mode for a long time, but I've been considering getting rid of the box and like having it as just basic chat like it is right now. It fits more on it. Yeah, I think yeah, you're saying perhaps having it not auto was better. I agree. I think the non-auto works better. Also, I adjusted my microphone gate, so now I can actually sit back in my chair. And I shouldn't cut out anymore. I get quieter
as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
It's a non-condenser microphone. It's a dynamic, so you know it's based on proximity, like professional microphones. So you know, if I sit back and I want to stay loud, I need to move it back. But yeah, so I should have more reliable, less.
How greedy of me.
Temperamental audio now as well, which will be nice. Hell, I should even be able to, in theory, put it up above and move it around and do things like that now if I need to. I can have it in a lot of different positions now compared to what I used to have, and not have it cut out. I actually spent several hours a couple of days ago trying to rebalance my audio, and I'm still trying to get it set up the way I want it for my videos, because I had to, you know, rebuild all of that as well. And you know, that the videos are a very I use different sound profiles for my stream and for my videos, so it's just a little different, and yeah, there's a little bit more to work on with that, but yeah, I'll get it there. All right, so it seems like everything is working the way it should. I gotta figure out, like, it's the one downside about oh,
a blade is like a tea leaf.
well, there you go. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's super loud. It is. I will go into Streamlabs and see if I can figure out how to turn that down. It's kind of ridiculous. Sadly, like, alert box is one category on Streamlabs that has multiple subdivisions in outside of the software on the website instead. It's for some reason divided. I don't know why. But for some reason, those like divided sections have some weird audio anomalies that I gotta go in and try to figure out. Okay. So we've got all of that stuff tested. What I need to do now is I need to test a couple of other things. Like, for one, tell me,
how greedy of me.
How do you hear me typing through the microphone while I'm talking? I assume you do, because I can hear it through the monitor. It's probably going to be a little louder than my old keyboard, but I would imagine if I don't talk, you might not be able to hear it. I'm going to test that right now.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Yeah, I think you can probably hear it sometimes, but only if I really, really beat on the keyboard. Because through the monitor, I only heard some of it right towards the end when I started typing a lot harder. But yeah, otherwise, I don't think it's too bad. But yeah, that kind of comes with the altered gate settings that I built. But yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, good. Good. All right, so seems like audio balance is better. I have, you know,
blade embraces its duty.
like I said, the
As a
one
jeweler
kind of
cherishes their
downside to
gems.
streaming in ultra wide is I have a big space of unutilized screen real estate at the bottom of the stream, and I've got to figure out what to use that for. You know, that's one of the reasons why I had the chat over there, because I was considering keeping it there. And you know, like if I wanted to get like overcomplicated, I could divide the chat into two boxes that are just cloned, and one has, you know, the carryover for it, so that it, you know, it scrolls from one onto the next box, and then all the chat is at the bottom. And I suppose I could try that. If you type normally, yep. Well, and having a crappier keyboard because heck, the electronics store. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's still, it's not like I should not call this a crappy keyboard. It's not. It's still a $200 keyboard, but it's I can definitely tell that it's not as nice as the other one that I had. Because that one was like a most of $300 keyboard. And it is visually not as nice. It does feel better than the like 250 one that I had earlier today, because that thing was a spongy piece of garbage. It looked really nice. It was a pretty keyboard. But the one I wanted was that same keyboard with clicky mechanical keys, and that one had linear keys, and it was awful. It was just horrible.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler.
Micro Center.
I'm learning more about you all the time.
Like I remember you had the one thing that had the past sub, or follow or whatever. Yeah, I did have that stuff at the bottom back at one time. I would take up the right corner, having the middle section for the pop-ups. Yeah, I did have that at one time. I don't know that I'm going to put those back or not. Because, you know, they kind of just sit there empty or don't do anything if nobody's doing anything. And we're kind of in a rebuilding phase, so it just doesn't make a lot of sense to have that stuff right now. So they'll just kind of sit there looking boring and plain and unused. And I'd rather, if it's going to be unused space, I'd rather it just be unused space rather than a function that's not being used. Yeah, it's like having an emergency big red button that you never can press because it's just there not getting used.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often.
Okay, I think I've run through the majority of the basic things. Now I need to kind of go through some of the other windows, and we'll see. I just need to make sure, just let me know as we're going through the other window types to let me know if they're working or if they're not. Gonna go. What's going on here? Hang on. Is my Stream Deck software down? What's happening?
A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its
true should be on the right one. I am confused. There we go. I do need to stretch the chat on this. I can definitely tell that the chat box is not right. It should be right around like this, and then I need to adjust the frame and stuff too.
So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time.
Nope, that's not quite right either. And it looks like the chat box is getting trimmed on the right. Okay, that's a little better. Which means I definitely need to expand the shade in the frame to the left a bit more. Alright, that fixes that. All right. And then I think I need to move the chat box entirely back to the other side. Yeah, I was kind of just trying something with it over here, but I think I'm going to put it back where it used to be. I think it just works better over there. Hopefully I don't have to move it on every frame, but I may have to. All right. I think it's just going to be better on the left. Is it too big? You're saying shrink it? Does it still need to be shrunk, you think, on the left side? Or... I think it's better on the left for sure. Also, my timer should work. Yeah, that does work. Good. Well, sometimes the settings do carry over, actually. I'm noticing that chat box is getting trimmed off a little bit again. There we go. That's a little better. Tad bigger. Okay. Let's try that then. Let me shrink down some of this outer stuff so that I can make it larger. All right. I almost wonder if it wouldn't be better to move the chat down like this and then move the timer up here. I think it looks more polished like this. What do you think? I think the whole window just looks a little less secondary. It looks better stacked like this, although I need to recenter. The chat box is not center. That seems a bit better. Yeah, I think rebalancing those is better. All right, I gotta go to the next one, which should be this one. If the button works, come on, work. Oh God, what is this thing doing? There we go. That was super weird. Yeah, okay, it did. It is gonna make me move everything, but I don't have to move a timer on this one. So there's that. And I think what I did on the other one was I shrank it a little bit, so it was a little more stout than that. I think it was like this. And then I need to actually get back at the chat box itself and make sure that the text isn't getting cut off. And then I need to trim it on the left so I can move the whole thing over to the left side a little better. There we go. That should fix that. I actually have done my my dailies and resin stuff, but have you gotten to the boss that you need to farm for Baizhu yet? Because I still need to farm more of that. I've had no time to deal with it yet. In addition to all the other crazy shit I've been dealing with, this new house that we just bought, the AC died upstairs in one of the rooms that I'm sitting in right now. So I've been having to deal with having like technicians come over and look at that, dealing with estimates on that. Fortunately, my dad did AC work for some years, so I have a good connection with a guy who does air conditioning work, and he's just gonna give me all the equipment for at cost, and my dad and I are gonna put the system in ourselves to save us like $13,000 on a new AC, because it's ridiculous. Like, they quoted me $17,000 to do a new AC system in the upstairs section of my house. Yeah, I'm not paying that money. That's ridiculous. I really don't think so. And then they look at me like I'm crazy when I'm like, yeah, I don't want to spend that kind of money. They're like, who's okay with just spending like new car money? Like, I don't understand that. It's ridiculous. Yeah. You know, like our AC in the last house was old, but it never broke. It worked like a champ the whole time we lived there. But this one is a little rough. So, actually, when I was younger, I did some AC work with my dad over summers while I was in college and stuff. So I actually have some experience doing HVAC work, but not anything like we did a lot of commercial jobs in the summertime, like getting AC systems installed on the roofs of hotels and stuff like that. It was interesting for sure. I did some like minor helping with like some like residential stuff, but nothing like what we would do here. It'll be interesting. All right. I think I have the chat and all that set up well enough on this one. I need to do this one now, so long as it works. Boy, my stream deck is being laggy today. What the hell? All right. Yeah, this one also needs to be adjusted. So we're going to do that. Oh, come on. What the hell? What is this? What is this? That should stay locked. I don't need to move that. This. Okay. Okay. And then I need to actually move the chat box again. All right, I think I've got it set on this one as well. It's the first thing I want to do. Unlocking 2 statues in the route to him. It's fun. Oh, nice. Since you, so you got some. Okay. If any not so much Rizzy chat is good. Okay, yeah, I think everything's good on that. We need to check 2 other sources. We got 2 more scenes that I need to check out. All right, come on. All right. Looks like the chat does need to be adjusted on that one a little bit too. So we're going to do that. Let's see. That doesn't look right. Looks like the whole chat just needs to move to the left a little. Needs to be stretched. I actually can reduce it on the left. Stretch it to the right a little bit so it doesn't look squished. And then it should be decent. For some reason, the chat box on this one is not nearly as configurable. So I just kind of had to go with it, but I think it'll be all right. All right. Cool. All right. That seems to be in an all right spot now. I think that'll be fine. All right. And then the last one, headphone warning on this one. The last website that I had loaded on this was a Genshin trailer that's really loud.
Oh, dear creature, why do you bow down?
Yikes, still insanely loud.
For fear of the unknown?
Yikes.
Or for power that you covet?
So, something I've been considering doing, because managing websites on this stream is always super annoying. I manage to make it work usually, but it's like, you know, it works, right? Like you can see it, but like I've been considering doing it as a rather than doing it as a browser source, maybe possibly doing it as a just like a screen capture source of my desktop. Although this looks like it's capturing way more than I want it to, because it's like also capturing a bunch of shit. No, this is the right window, I think. Hang on. I think it is the right window. But the trick to doing it this way is can I get a like a website frame to fit in it correctly? Right, because right now you're looking at like a lot of my configuration for like all my stream stuff, like all this crap here, and like this is just how everything is built. But like if I move it over here, you won't see any of that anymore, and you're mostly just looking at like a chunk of my desktop background. And let me get this crap out of here. Let's see. So what I'm thinking, and like, you know, this has it like in a focused area, but let's.
You can miss a.
Oh, shut up, YouTube video. Actually, you know what? No, that could work if it will actually show up. And I don't know if it will or not, but we're gonna try. Let's see. Let me turn down the volume on this guy really quick a little bit. Theater mode, maybe, possibly, and we'll see. It doesn't. Is it cutting off stuff? No, that's correct.
A lot of great unlocks in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, but I will show you where to get them early, so that will help you.
Are you actually hearing the audio on this YouTube video? Because that's also something that's obviously important.
But I want to start real quick with the settings menu. For one, I turned on the navigation assist. This can help you with directions for main missions. Sometimes you're not sure which way you have to go, or if you're supposed to jump here or go back. So with this setting turned on, you will see a marker telling you the right direction. Although you then of course still have to solve the puzzle or find the right platform to jump on. This also brings me to another setting, disable fall damage. Like turn this on, as just like in Fallen Order, you will fall to your death quite often when trying to navigate the world. And often when you think Cal will survive the fall, he will turn into
So is that a yes? You can hear the audio?
So then you have to spawn again and of course lose some life. That makes sense, but it can
It's a
get
bit loud
frustrating
compared to
when
me.
it feels
Okay,
like it's not
hang
your
on.
fault that you fall to your
Well,
death.
actually,
by turning
so
this feature on, you don't lose any
I
life.
think this will also.
It still means that
Does this actually control the volume for you? Like, if I have this way down, like here, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this up here and turn this down here. How loud is this? Like, because like it's even quiet for me because I'm actually adjusting system sounds on my sound mixer, and I'm hoping that's actually, it would be the ideal way to make it work, but I used to have trouble making it do that. For me, like the easier way to transition it is to like actually have it like siphoned off over on my Go XLR. So like right now it should be extremely low compared to me. All right, so what we're trying to do right now is find the perfect spot, and that'll tell me about where I'll need to leave it whenever we do this. I've got it at about half right now. Is this too loud, too quiet, up or down?
Undercity meets meditation point. And from this point, you need to go to a green light with a grapple point. But if you actually turn this way and climb up the sneaky wall here, you will encounter...
Alright, I need to actually go back and watch this video later anyways. So, Joraptor, I'm going to come back to that video. And we're going to go to the Genshin YouTube channel and pull up this one. Alright, so we'll see how this one works with this one.
Ravaged the land. One doctor made a pledge.
All right, so you said go to 65, so you think I should go up a little bit more? So more like up about here? Let me know if this is better compared to the voice of the trailer.
The tide of disease.
And if this is better, then we'll keep it around here. To me, this sounds like it might be loud, like I'm competing with it, but I don't know.
And bade their final farewell. Legends told of an herb lord in Chenyu Vale who could cure any illness known to mankind. The doctor
Or do you think
sought
maybe it
the
needs to
herb
come
lord,
down a little?
but found only a white snake.
A
its
bit up?
breathing weak,
Like,
and its power all
you think
but
it needs to
spent.
go up, or do I need to go up?
Sign this contract and let our lives be joined. Then I will impart to you the secret art of healing. But be warned, this art will harm your own health.
With means beyond human ken, the doctor could now reverse the process of
You
death.
sound like you're competing with it.
And yet,
that's going to
the
happen.
time
The
still
voiceover.
came
Yeah,
to
it
say
is a bit.
goodbye. Only now, the one departing was the doctor, his life force spent. His final act in life was to pass on the contract to his final patient. his favorite
I do have
disciple.
like about 10% of room
The
to further
disciple
push my
chose
microphone
to
up.
dedicate their life to saving the lives of others. And generation upon generation.
Kind of what I like about using this desktop method is that like I can actually just control the videos with my normal window and like use my actual normal mouse instead of having to go through this like weird interact function on the stream software, which is, it's honestly it's probably the single clunkiest part of the software, and I've never liked using it at all. Going to be no true balance because some people want to hear just the trailer, or you, or both. Yeah, no, that's true. So what do you think? Right now it's just that it's about even with both, like I'm about the same as it, and if so, then like we can go from there. Oh great, there's already ending explained videos for Guardians 3. Gotta avoid that shit. Hopefully I'll see that this weekend. All right. I think we went through most all of the important sections. Let's see. The only other ones I have to test, and I think some of them are still partially broken, are some of my, oh my god, come on Elgato. They're kind of, why do I have all these extra profiles? Get out of here. I don't need any of that right now. I need this. Okay. I have some of my other, I don't know if any of these are even going to work correctly, but I can try it. So I have, I only did the stream once. But if you recall, way back when I did my Yai Miko race, I had to build a specific set of stream tools for that stream, which was a giant pain. Whereas like my normal stream is able to be controlled with just this window and this window. My my race one was a lot more convoluted and required a lot more assistance. This, yeah, like this was like my control panel for that. I had a lot more stuff to work on that, and that was the setup for that was a giant pain, and figuring out how to like toggle up everything and make it easy enough to work with was a giant pain. I don't know if these even work anymore. Let's see. They probably don't fit even if they do pull up. Let's see if the leaderboards work at least. No, the buttons aren't working. If anything, it looks like they should work, but they don't. Let's see if that, oh, that actually did work. Yeah, so it still pulls up the old graphics from the from like the last update on the race, because I had no reason to change them afterwards, but they do appear to work still. It's been a hot minute since Yai Miko came out. I actually really do want to do another race. It's been a hot minute, but it is on the list of things I'd like to redo. I don't know what character I would potentially do one for, but I actually would really like to do one. Okay. Seems like the scoreboards still work at least, so that's good. That one should be scoreboard 4, right? Yeah. Let's see if... Yeah, but like the next time I have a race go, I'll definitely be employing more help than the last time. In fact, I'll probably have Beans behind the scenes running the stream deck for me. Because on the last one, honestly, it was actually really difficult for me because I had to create graphics manage the stream deck and announce the stream all at once, and it was just like I was doing 3 people's job by myself, and it was like that's usually those tasks are divided, or all of the graphics are pre-made beforehand so that you can just pick which one is the one that you need to use. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. I don't think I've ever been more stressed out on a stream than I was during that one, but I would like to do it again, actually, because it was a lot of fun. And it's honestly, it's not anything I've seen anybody else really do. So it's one of the reasons why I'd like to do it again. Let's see if the race start still works. Probably not. I'm going to guess that the resolution on that's all screwed up if it does. Let's see. Yeah, that did not work. Let's see if this one works. Well, it kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't. It should be triggering a video at the beginning of these, but it's not doing it anymore. So it's kind of got a bit of a weird thing going on with it. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to go back and do some edits on those because the settings got all goofed up, but it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. What I don't know about is what the hell is going on with my stream deck's kind of lagging. It's making me like multi-press some things, which is kind of goofy, and I don't know why. I know, right? Like, I don't know why there hasn't been a Eula rerun, dude. Like, it's honestly kind of insanity as to why there has not been one yet. I would have thought that would have been a long time ago, but especially considering how good she is. Eula's a great character, and it just doesn't seem to want to happen. All right, so I think we're good. I think we've tested all of the functions, so I think I'm pleased with where we landed on everything. Yeah. So what we'll do is, if you want, we can shoot over to Discord now, and we can go and do some Baizhu boss runs or whatever, if you don't mind helping out with those, because I do need to still do that. So yeah, let's pop over to Discord. I'm gonna shut down the stream. Appreciate the help.